they are being judged on how they write your vehicle and how your vehicle is repaired.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Airing of Grievances. My name is Reamer. That's Robert Grieve, and it is always our pleasure to join you in this conversation that happens behind the scenes in the collision industry. And the Airing of Grievances,
affects you.
It does affect you. The Airing of Grievances is all for you, the consumer, the driving consumer. All right, before we get started though, Rob. Happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday to you, my dear friends. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your comments and likes and shares and
a very lively,
attention.
Yeah, a very lively conversation that we had last week as we introduced to you the cabal. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it at the bottom and put a card up here. It's really worthy of your attention to see what's really happening. You know, think
in that smoke-filled room,
right,
with all the people around the table talking about you.
Yeah, think deep state for the collision industry. So we're going to kind of pick up where we left off.
We're going to talk about one of them a little bit.
We are. And
expand on it a little bit.
And we're going to peel back the layers of smoke and mirrors behind the relationship that takes place between the insurer and the DRP, the Direct Repair Partner program that takes place between your shops and your insurers. And here's the question. The shop that you choose, are they looking out for your numbers or their own? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, if you have an accident today and you contact your insurance company, they're going to offer you a list of approved or preferred places to go. Again, this is how they kind of keep control of their claims, and there's good things and bad things. Good thing is, you take your vehicle to one of those places, you'll never pay anything more than your deductible.
Okay.
If you have a deductible.
All right.
If you go to another independent that does not have any relationships with the insurance company, there may be some out-of-pocket expense to get your vehicle repaired properly and safely. So we want to explore the relationship between the insurance companies and these recommended shops for a second.
Okay.
And what they mean to you, and if you can take this information and absorb it and go to one of these shops and see how it fits.
All right.
So all of these shops are managed by insurers through what we're going to call a scorecard.
A scorecard.
That keeps track of a lot of different KPIs, which are key performance indicators.
Yes.
Things that are important to the insurer. Some of those things are good because some of them are survey related. They'll send out surveys and you're happy or you're not happy, or it was on time as expected or wasn't, or
right,
the quality of the work, you were happy, not happy. They keep track of those things, and that's a good thing for you.
Okay.
But they keep track of so much more. And these other KPIs, or key performance indicators, they may not be what's best for you. And pretty much they actually have nothing to do with you. They only have to do with the shop.
That's right.
And the insurer, and whether that relationship is going to continue or not.
Yeah, the insurer wants to know, what have you, the shop, done for me lately?
Yeah.
And that's what really we're going to dig into today.
So I am not part of any of these programs, and so I don't have a ton of information. So I asked the Google.
You asked the Google.
I asked the Google for some help putting this together. And it's right there. And I think you'll find it shocking.
In fact, you as well may ask the Google and get the exact same report and results that we did, because there is no paywall, there is no identification necessary. You don't have to give your email address and justify.
Just information.
Yeah, it's just information.
Just information.
I will provide a link below for exactly to go where we went to find these two reports, but you do it if you'd like, or take our word for it. It doesn't matter to us.
So I find some of these things that I read through here, I'm going to use a softer, disheartening
Deeply troubling.
for the consumer,
Yeah.
because it's really more about managing numbers than it is repairing your vehicle correctly.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the introduction.
Okay.
The scorecard is designed to give shops access to the same information that their direct repair program, DRP, partner uses to measure their performance. Getting visibility into their performance gives shops actionable information to improve their standing with a given DRP and receive more assignments.
We've been telling you for years that the insurer will drive more traffic to their DRP, direct repair partner. They will give more traffic as long as they participate and manage their key performance indicators
Yeah.
the way the insurer wants them.
And the better you do that, the more you're promoted.
We have documented proof.
So, some of the items.
Okay?
Average of parts replaced per claim.
Average number of parts.
Average number of parts replaced per claim.
Okay?
I'm just going over the categories.
Yes.
Average labor hours per claim. Because everything we do mostly is in hours. It takes, 1.5 hours to replace a fender or whatever the case may
I
be.
gotcha.
So everything is in hours.
Sure.
So average labor hours per claim.
Yep.
Then we have average paint labor hours per claim. How much did we have to paint?
Right.
How many hours to paint the hood, the fender, the bumper, blend the door, sort of thing?
Understood.
Okay. If you can get away without blending the door, you just saved yourself some paint hours.
There's a clue.
Yeah. Your car may not match, but they saved some paint hours. Then we have average repair percentage of the total labor hours. So if your total labor hours is 100 hours to repair the vehicle, and every single hour on there is to replace something,
Yes.
that's going to be very, very bad.
Very bad.
But if you repaired 50% of the parts instead of replacing them, that's going to be much better for your scorecard. Not necessarily you, the consumer, and your vehicle.
Right.
So let's put this little graph up on here.
Okay.
What we have here is what we call an MSO, or a multi-shop owner. So they have several different shops. They're all involved in these direct repair partnerships with the insurance companies. They're all being rated. So each line is a shop for a specific period of time.
Okay.
And we'll just take the first one, and you'll see it has 83 appraisals or estimates,
Okay.
repair plans, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
And going across, their average labor hours per claim is 25 hours a claim. And their average paint labor per claim is 8.7 hours.
Mm.
And their average repair percentage of the total labor is 41.95%, almost 50%.
Okay.
So if you notice, the 25 labor hours per claim and the paint hours per claim are both red, and the percentage of repair is green.
Yes.
So let's figure out what that means. Red values mean that the claim did not meet the target value. Bad.
Bad. Red, bad.
Bad. The green notes the claim met or exceeded the claim value.
Or the target.
Target value.
Yeah.
Yay.
And these values, these targets, are assigned by the insurer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So here's something really important, and if you're a people person, this really bothered me when I read it. Clicking on the red or the green color for any given KPI, key performance indicator, can help you identify which shops or which staff members are seeing the most trouble with any given KPI.
Wow.
So the person that you walk into this shop and is helping you and is appraising this vehicle, they're getting graded not necessarily on what the car needs.
But how well they meet the insurance targets.
Yes, if the bumper really should be replaced, but we could probably get away with repairing it, that's going to help my average repair percentage of the total labor. And it's going to lessen my parts per replaced claim, or parts replaced per claim.
Yes.
And if you notice, there's a lot of reds and greens.
Yes.
And these numbers really don't have anything to do with you, the consumer. These numbers are, the insurers want to put each claim in a box. And it's either going to fit in the box or it's not. And if it's red, we can't get the top closed. It's not fitting in the box.
Okay.
Even if that's the right repair for you.
Yeah.
And if, we're looking at these average hours per claim, and 25's bad, 25's bad, 20's even bad, but 19.8, that's okay. What about all the other operations that may be prescribed to be performed
Right.
by the manufacturer of the vehicle that don't land up on the estimate because it's going to affect these numbers?
Yeah, the question is, who's that shop estimator working for? Who is the shop working for? Are they working for you in the right repair, or are they working for the insurance so that they can get more traffic coming through their front door?
Keep in mind what I said earlier about getting visibility into their performance gives actionable information to improve their standing with a given DRP and receive more assignments. So if you have a bunch of red here, and you, consumer, with your car, may cause them to have some red if they're going to fix it properly, that may cost them somebody else coming to the shop because they won't get referred, or maybe they're going to get off the program, or
Right.
whatever the case may be. They're being judged on every claim, and all those claims go into a bucket, and for the month, this is what you got.
Out comes the report card.
And if there's too much red on here, maybe there's going to be a conversation with the management and the insurance companies, or maybe they're going to be put on probation, which means they got to get those things lowered, and you come in at the point where they have to get them lowered, and you become the victim of them trying to get their numbers back in order.
An improper repair at your expense so that they can get back in the good graces of the hen that
And
lays
get the numbers fitting in the box so
Gold
they
dig.
can close the box.
Yeah.
So, I think it's important to understand these dynamics that are going on behind the scenes. There is many, many matrix. We just made a small one there, but there's also matrix average non-OEM parts used. So the more aftermarket parts or used parts they can put on the claim, which they don't want to put too many parts on it, as you can see, because they get rated by their parts.
Right.
But if you do have to put a part on it, then make sure it's an aftermarket or used, because that'll help your percentage someplace else. At all costs, the last thing is the right repair with OEM parts.
Which makes a very definitive difference between what we talk about on a daily, weekly basis here and the great majority of the shops out there who are all beholden to someone other than you and the correct repair. They're beholden to the dollars and money that they can get by reducing all these KPIs to the target.
Key performance indicators.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I have for today.
Wow. When we started this 3 years ago,
It's hard to believe I did the first one.
we talked about peeling back. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz, right? Peeling back the curtain to see that the Wizard of Oz wasn't this great, big, powerful thing, but it was just an old man pulling levers and making things happen. That's it. This is it. And we have it documented, and you don't have to be on the inside to see it. Dorothy, we've just given you the location of the curtain.
Yeah. I do have to say, I spoke to several people that are part of miscellaneous programs, shop owners across the country. And, the ones that I know that I can call, we had a very brief conversation about this because they don't pay attention to it. They take care of their consumers. There are shops that will.
Okay.
And how long they'll be on the shops? By the way, most of those shops have lost a few. Or
Partnerships.
or just separated themselves from it, because some of these numbers are just ridiculous to try to obtain.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 hours per RO
Repair order.
repair order. You can't control what's coming through. I can tell you that one of the shop owners said when he was on the program, he would not take tow-ins, because they will screw with those numbers.
Yeah, because the tow-in means that the damage is greater.
Yeah.
And so the average number of parts and the average labor, all that's going to go up.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work for your partnership.
Exactly.
Wow.
So there's a lot going on in the background that you don't. This really has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with you.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to just give you a little peek behind the curtain on this one,
It's certainly behind the curtain.
and let you know that, what to expect if you go to an insurer's authorized or preferred, whatever you want to call it. They are being judged on how they write your vehicle and how your vehicle is repaired.
Wow.
So there it is.
Go to somebody that you know that you can trust, who's not beholden to the puppet master in the sky. And if you need help finding one of those shops, give us a call. Here's our phone number, and we're happy to do that. If you haven't done it yet, click the thumbs up button.
Please.
And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we appreciate that as well. That lets YouTube know that there's something valuable here, and they will show this content to more people. God bless you guys. Happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday to you, my dear friends. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next Saturday. God bless.